everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am coming to you today in my French Riviera best because I want to talk to you about some of my favorite shoes ever. And these are my Aeyde shoes. So this brand is from Berlin, and I did find out the correct way to pronounce it, which is Aeyde. So if you were like me and it's spelled Aeyde and you were like calling them Aeyde shoes, they're called Aeyde shoes. So we'll start with that. But I got my very first pair of them in the fall of last year. I'll actually link that very video where I do my little review of them. I'll link that above and below. But I got my very first pair from them, and it was the Ballet Flats that I was drawn to. So I actually have this exact shoe in two colors because I love it that much. So I'm going to talk about the Ballet Flat first. Then I'm going to go into sort of a evolution of that exact Ballet Flat. These are the very famous Mary Jane. I say famous because it was so hard to get my hands on these, and I actually didn't think I was going to be able to, but I was very lucky to be able to purchase them. So I'm going to talk about the Mary Jane, and then my final shoe that I have from them, which I have not yet talked about on this channel, are these little sandals. And this was my first sort of departure from that little ballet shape form and into an actual sandal. So let's jump into the Ballet Flat, the original, the beautiful. I love just everything about these shoes. So I'm going to start with sort of the positives and then the negatives, because there are some downsides to these shoes. But the thing that drew me to these shoes originally was this iconic toe shape. It is that old school, like looking exactly almost like a real ballet slipper. The reason I was so drawn to this toe is because it really made for a more modern ballet flat, in my opinion. I was never really drawn to the ballet flat, even though I do have the Chanel ballet flats now that I really like. But I always just tend to grab for these more just because they're very, very modern. They're not too feminine. They're visually interesting with that cute little square toe. And yeah, they just go with everything. They're incredibly simple. They can be dressed up, they can be dressed down. You really can't go wrong with investing in a ballet flat, in my opinion. Everyone needs them in their wardrobe. So I got this pair in a size 40. So that is going to be my first thing, is I was not sure how the sizing worked with them, just because they are a Berlin-based brand, European brands. I usually tend to be more on the side of like a 41, but in something like the Row or Converse or anything like that, I usually am a 40 and or a US 10. So these kind of just fell into more US sizes in my opinion. So I am definitely a 40. I have a 40 in every single shoe that I just showed you. And I do think that's the perfect size for me. However, let's get into a couple of the downsides, because these shoes are not the kind of shoes that you just buy and wear them out of the box and you instantly love them. So what do I mean by that? They're not comfortable out of the box, but when you break them in, they are so, so, so comfortable. But it honestly takes a month plus of wearing them consistently, which is a really long time. But for me personally, I felt like it was totally worth it. So I've talked to friends about this. If you're nervous because it might feel a little tight, particularly around the heel area, they have, you know, this little signature red that the heel always sort of comes in. Because of that, they are quite tight sometimes. They're not going to feel so great at first. I honestly, even in the very video that I did about them, I was like, I think I should have gotten a 40 and a half. I did end up ordering a pair of loafers that I actually didn't really love the shape of them. They were a bit too formal for me. That square toe in a loafer form, I just actually didn't think was that flattering. It was too masculine in my opinion. And so I ended up selling them on the RealReal, and I also got a size 40 and a half, and they were too big. So now I know that 40 and a half is not for me. 40 is definitely my size. And so yes, so these are a size 40 and they take a while to break in. But honestly, again, I personally think it's so, so, so worth it. The other downside, which is not specific to this particular shoe, but is particular to just a lot of new shoes in general, is that they are quite slippery when you first get them out of the box. So I highly recommend getting these little pads that you can get from Amazon where you just stick them on the bottom of the shoe and they help give it some grip, at least until you can get your shoes resoled for the first time. I desperately need to get these resoled because the front of them, I've just worn them so much, they're wearing out. And yeah, that's on my to-do list. It's been on my to-do list pretty much ever since I made my video about taking care of your luxury clothes, but I don't really want to be parted from them because I wear them that much, even if it's just for a week or two to get them resold. So if anything, that should tell you just how incredibly comfortable these are. But yeah, I love these shoes. I wear them more so with trousers and jeans. I like to kind of take the more feminine, delicate look and balance it out with my more sort of masculine or casual pieces. And so yeah, because of that, I don't tend to wear them as much with dresses and stuff, but they go with everything. So the world is your oyster with these shoes. And because I loved the black pair so much, I ended up buying a second pair for spring and summer, and I have been wearing these nonstop. I really enjoy this color. I believe it's hazelnut. And also the shoe is called the Aeyde, I believe, but I'll leave all of them linked down below so that you can look at them yourselves. This particular ballet flat, I believe, also comes in, I think, 4 or 5 colors, like a cream color, just a lot of really beautiful neutrals. And so even if you're not super into these colors, there are plenty of other colors that you might be into, but I really love this color. I think that it's a really beautiful neutral that goes well with my skin tone personally, with my skin tone. It's quite warm, which is what I wanted. I think it just blends really well in general when I'm going for sort of a nude shoe that I want to really just be an extension of my leg. I do tend to, like, obviously not exactly match because that would be really hard, but I do think I'm closer to this than say like a cream, even though I do think the cream eventually maybe I'll probably get as well, even though they're a little bit harder to take care of. But yes, really, really love that I got these in this sort of hazelnut color too. And yeah, same thing, size 40, really, really loving these. So now let's dive into the Mary Jane. This Mary Jane, I swear, has been the shoe of the last year, and it's sold out everywhere. Sense, Net-a-Porter, it comes in black and cream. They may have come out with more colors at this point, but I don't 100% know. I would like to call out the difference because these look basically the same if you just look at them in the camera, but they're actually made of 2 different leathers, so they do differ a little bit. I don't know if you can pick up on that. So the Mary Jane leather is a lot softer, and this one is definitely much stiffer. So the Mary Janes, I will say, are more comfortable out of the box than the Ballet Flat is. However, even despite being as you can see, softer leather, they definitely still have that very tight top, thick, sturdy leather, which I still think is a good thing because I think it really means that the shoe is going to last for a really long time. But because of that, you're definitely still going to have to stretch out this part. So you're probably still going to feel, or I felt at least, a little bit of discomfort on my heel as I've been breaking them in for the first month. I've really only had these for about a month now, so they're still not 100% broken in, but yes. So the Mary Jane, I will say I'm finding it a little bit harder to style, even though it looks so similar. I have to be careful, in my opinion. I think with the little Mary Jane aspect, it either is sort of hidden under a trouser, so it kind of defeats the purpose, or yeah, I don't want it to be too cutesy wearing it with like a dress or a skirt or something. So I'm still kind of playing around with how I've been styling the shoe, but I'm still really happy that I bought it. I just think if I buy another pair, it's probably not going to be a Mary Jane. It's probably going to be another Ballet Flat personally. However, they've been fun, and I really enjoy the fact that it's got very, very minimal hardware. It just has this little silver kind of ring and then this little, show you, like strap that goes across here. So yeah, it's a nice shoe. Very happy I got my hands on it. I do think it's probably overhyped right now. Maybe not, but yeah, this is the Mary Jane, if you're wondering. So definitely softer leather, but again, a size 40, perfect size for me. So sizing is very consistent, which is fantastic. And another plug for my video, if you didn't watch it, about taking care of your clothes, I have these little inserts for all of my ballet flats and heels and stuff. So I do just keep them in here so that this beautiful toe is preserved over time. And if you're wondering what the heck was inside of these shoes. Okay, now let's talk about the final shoe that I purchased recently from Aeyde before diving into a little bit about the brand, as well as things to keep in mind when you're purchasing from the brand, if you're purchasing from them directly, aka shipping. And so yeah, but let's talk about the sandals first. So the cute thing about Aeyde is that I've showed you very similar shoes because I've just purchased a lot of the same kind of shoe because I really like them and those are things that I needed within my wardrobe. But honestly, they have a little bit of everything. They have more than just shoes, I should say as well. They have jewelry and things like that. But really it's the shoes that I am just super in love with. So that's why I'm just focused on that. But the brand is larger than just shoes. So I do want to call that out. But they have sandals, heels, really beautiful boots for winter that I might look at next year or maybe this year, who knows. But yeah, really, really beautiful stuff. And so honestly, there's so many different things that if money was no object, I would buy off their website in an absolute heartbeat. I just think they have this really gorgeous, minimal, modern aesthetic that is feminine, but still classic, but still interesting. And the stuff just goes with everything. They've just done such a great job from a design standpoint. I really, really love it. They have so many things that are fantastic. And I am still looking for sort of higher end sandals for summer that I can wear around the city. I really didn't want anything too cheapy looking. I wanted real leather. All of these shoes are leather, I should call out. And I just thought these sandals were very chic, very minimal. I was looking at the ancient Greek sandals. I'm still probably going to get the Oran sandals from Hermès. I'm definitely getting the gold color, the tan color. But I wanted a different, like a black sandal that just was chic and minimal, but still comfortable. The thing that I absolutely love about this sandal, particularly, especially for someone living in a more walking driven city, if you're walking a lot, then this will be a thing for you, is having this strap to keep it on your foot. That's another thing with sandals. Even slides I find to be a little hard to wear sometimes around New York, just because when you're walking and you're trying to keep at a certain pace, it's really, really convenient to have a strap. They do make these sandals, I believe, without the ankle strap, so there is another variation of it, but I just preferred having the strap. It doesn't look as aesthetically appealing in my opinion, but it definitely does the job. I don't know. Sometimes you have to give in to practicality a little bit. And the other thing that I loved is this just really minimal strap. I think it's so simple, so elegant. It looks so incredible with honestly anything, with shorts, with trousers, with dresses. This shoe I find to be extremely versatile for occasions where I don't mind showing my toes, aka not work. So yeah, this has been a really fantastic summer shoe, and I know I'm gonna wear it even more as it gets hotter and summer just is more upon us. So I've been extremely happy with these sandals. I think they also have like a little heeled version of this, which I think is really beautiful. So really, really love their sandals. Again, these were a size 40, so again, very consistent. All of their shoes, now let's talk a little bit about the brand. So all of their shoes are made in Italy. A lot of them are leather. I actually don't know if all of their shoes are leather, whether that's good or bad for you, but I'm looking stuff up on my phone, sorry. But yeah, really high quality product in my opinion, made in Italy. So it is a higher price point brand, but it's not like luxury price point, if that makes any sense. So for example, all of these shoes, I think every single shoe here actually was around $300, which for a really well-made pair of leather shoes isn't too crazy, to be honest. I mean, it's also not on the end of like a Chanel ballet flat, which can be over $1,000 or $800, I think. I usually buy those used, so I'm not really sure. Where do they sell? So I've ordered all of these except for these directly from Aeyde, which was a little of a nightmare, which I talked about in my video where I first introduced these shoes, just because I was playing around with sizing. So I will say it again here. If you are not sure what size you are, I would recommend, if you can, aka if they're in stock, then I would recommend buying from a Net-a-Porter or some type of online platform that ships within your country, that's free shipping, or shipping that does easy returns, at least, just because if you order directly from the brand, then it ships via DHL, which if you don't live near a DHL outpost, that can be really inconvenient, taking it back. And then also you have to pay shipping back. And so it can cost you like $30 round trip to make a mistake. So I just wouldn't recommend that if you're trying to figure out your sizing, but hopefully this video can help a little bit with sizing and with that, but I did just kind of want to give a little bit of a warning about shipping. However, the positive, even ordering from the brand, which is based in Berlin, and they are being shipped from Berlin, is that they come within 2 to 3 days. Shipping is very, very fast. So despite ordering it from another country, super fast, you don't have to deal with customs or anything like that. It works. It's been very seamless. So I will say I've had lovely experiences with the shipping, just letting you know in terms of returns, it's going to be a little bit tougher. So if you live in the US, I'm just looking at all the different places. It looks like Shopbop carries them, Net-a-Porter, Sense, which is a big favorite of mine. Oh, my sandals are on sale. Oh no. Well, great for you guys. Okay, I'll definitely link those below. Oh, but they're sold out of every size. Okay, so that's the other thing is when I say that this brand is popular, I mean, I'm glad because I'm not the only one that become obsessed with them. They really deserve all of the success because they're just incredible, really great designs. Kudos to them. If you see something you like, I would highly recommend jumping on it because especially with these other sellers like a Net-a-Porter, like a Sense or something, things sell out so quickly. So yeah, definitely jump on something if you think it's something that you want, would be my advice. So let's talk about just like high level facts. I won't bore you because like obviously you can read on the website, but some interesting things about it other than how to pronounce it, which is Aeyde, is the story. So this is a really new brand. They were founded in 2015 by Louisa Dames. And yeah, basically I already told you everything is made in Italy, but it's designed in Berlin. So the team and everyone are based in Berlin, very much a Berlin based brand, which is cool. They say they draw from German concepts of modernity. Very true. They're very defined by classic shapes, modern details, marrying form and function, past and present, oh my gosh. Marrying the past and present, the masculine and feminine. Couldn't say it better myself. That is 100% what the brand encompasses. And yeah, I'm just really excited to see where they go from here. They kind of remind me a lot of something like Totem, where they've been gaining so much popularity. I think Totem was maybe started in either 2014 or 2016, but again, not that long ago, and they've really just had their moment in the spotlight over the last couple of years. So wanted to let you guys know in case you had never heard of the brand or were just curious about the brand and wanted to know more about sizing and shipping and all that fun stuff. But I'm a big fan, and yes, I think I will continue to be a fan. And yeah, let's see what I buy next. I'm sure you'll see their items popping up in future hauls and future what's new in my wardrobe videos, but just wanted to share that with you all, and I'll see you in my next video.